Hi, welcome to the Great Margarita Hunt. I'm Jenny, and this is Shark Week and Shark Month. I don't know if you watch this on the Discovery Channel. Every year we've been watching Shark Week for quite a few years, and this year I found out that Nat Geo has Shark Week all month. So we've been watching lots of shows about sharks, and we've done that for a long time. We also like going to the beach, which is an interesting combination. And we've been on cruise ships before too, watching the Shark Week. It's always fun to put those things together. So I thought it would be great to have a Shark Week margarita. And then another margarita that I've enjoyed before is a sea salt foam margarita. So we're gonna have both of those today as part of our hunt for the very best margarita in the world, inviting you to come along with us this week for the Shark Week theme, but also every week as we're going forward exploring home recipes, but also in restaurants and bars across the globe, looking for the very best margarita. If you know where you can find the best margarita you've found, whether it's at home or in a restaurant or bar, please comment down below and let us know where it is. We're on the hunt, just like the sharks, and we are looking for the best margarita. So to get started, we're going to start with the Shark Week margarita. And over here, I'll show you what we're going to use. Okay, so we're going to use for our Shark Margarita, Shark Week, we're going to use this blue curacao. That'll be providing part of our color. But our tequilas today, we're going to use this nice Lalo, which we've used before, and this Don Roberto. And we're going to, both of these are the Blanco tequilas. And you see down here, we have some little sharks we're going to use for our garnish. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to rim my glass for the Shark Week margarita glass, and I'm going to put obviously sea salt, right? Obviously we need to put sea salt on here, so that seemed appropriate. And I think I actually just dripped some water in there, so it's not going to work as well, but that's okay. There we go, got a little bit of a chunk. That's going to work. And let's look at the recipe so you can see what we're going to do here. We've got 1.5 ounces of silver tequila, a ½ ounce of the blue curacao, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, a juice of 1 lime, which we're saying is about 1 ounce there, a ½ ounce of blue agave nectar, and 1 ounce of that strawberry simple syrup. And we've got the glass with the salted rim. Come back. All right, so I'm going to get my glass ready. Today I'm going to put ice in it because I am going to let my shark gummies be in my glass. So I'm going to start with just a little, excuse my fingers, I'm going to be the one drinking it, it's okay. All right, so that I can put in a couple of my sharks so that I know that they'll be in there as I fill this up. Isn't this fun? You might have to make a virgin version of this in case you have kids around who see the shark gummies, right? We can't let them have too much fun with, of course they could eat the shark gummies and something else, but you know, you could put some blue Capri Sun or something in there and make it okay for them. All right, so I've got my gummies in there. Let me put that to the side, my little shark. And now let's mix up live TV. Okay, so now let's mix this up. I'm going to put in 1.5 ounces of my silver tequila. This is this Don Roberto. Remember, no additives in here. So I'm going to put in my 1.5. And I'm going to put in the blue curacao. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong or not. This looks like something I'm really going to like. I'm just not sure. You know, it's an orange liqueur, but it's very blue, isn't it? Okay, so let's see, which is appropriate for our theme today. So a ½ ounce, there we go. And now 1 ounce of pineapple juice. And I have this very nice organic pineapple juice that I purchased just for this. I like using organic when I can. So there's 1 ounce of that. And now the juice of 1 lime, which we've said before is about 1 ounce. Depends on your lime, but it's about 1 ounce of lime juice. And freshly squeezed, right? Always freshly squeezed lime juice. There we go. So there's our fresh lime juice. And now we're going to use a ½ ounce of blue agave nectar. And I only had a ½ ounce left in my blue agave bottle. So I just went ahead and put that in here to add in for you so I could do it together. You know, I taste these live with you, meaning I don't know if I'm going to like this or not. So that's part of the fun, is figuring this out as we go on this hunt of finding the margaritas and rating them together. So that's part of our journey. Okay, so I put the blue agave nectar in. Now, for our strawberry simple syrup, which is the 1 cup of sugar and the 1 cup of water, and then the ½ cup of strawberries, give or take, depending on how big they are, chopped up, put in there, boiled for 20 minutes, and then let to cool. I thought this was going to be a little thicker than it was, and I thought I could just put it on top of the blue drink once we were done. but it didn't work. I figured out this was too watery, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix it in. So I think it's still gonna come out pretty blue, but we'll see if it ends up coming out purple or not, but I think it's still gonna be blue. So it's so red, isn't it? So red, 1 ounce of the strawberry simple syrup. I'm gonna think of something else to do. This would be good. We can have a strawberry margarita too, couldn't we? Okay, so I've got everything in here. Glass, we got our glass with our salted rim. Now I just need to put some ice in my shaker. Get a little bit more. Make this nicely chilled. Okay, now this is gonna be blue, so let's hope I don't go flying all over the place here. Ready? Okay. I can tell already it's not purple. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let me get this out of here and put it in my glass. My sharks, here you go, back in the water. Here you go, guys. Whoops, I'm drilling. I gotta do it this way. No dribbles. I had a strainer I could have grabbed behind me. Okay, well, it definitely looks like a blue drink, doesn't it? Okay, and our sharks have drowned in there already. Well, not drowned, they're happy in the water. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. Okay, sharks, I'm gonna put a couple of these on top just for show. So I'll know that they would look like this. Now, if I had a fancy straw or something, I might use that too. And normally I wait till I have both drinks made, but I'm gonna go ahead and taste this one. It definitely looks like, well, I see my sharks in there. They're all huddled up. It looks like they're on the Gulf Stream there. Okay, here we go. Cheers to Shark Week, Shark Month. That's okay. It's okay. The pineapple juice is good in there. Didn't need any more sweetener. I'm not a huge fan of blue curacao, but on the other hand, I don't know how else I would have gotten this color. And actually with the gummies, funny enough, it sort of works. Yeah, the only thing I can think that I might do a little differently, I might turn down the curacao just a little bit for my own preference on taste, but otherwise, I could drink this by the pool or by the beach or at an aquarium looking at the sharks. I could do something like this. I say this is a good, fun summer drink for Shark Week. I do think so. Maybe with a strawberry on top. Okay, so maybe just one more sip because it's pretty good. You know, it's growing on me. And I haven't even had one of the gummies that have been swimming in our luscious tequila, blue curacao, Shark Week margarita. Okay, so the next one is our sea salt foam margarita. Let me show you this recipe. We're gonna use, again, a Blanco tequila. We're gonna use Cointreau fresh lime juice, fresh squeezed, of course, agave syrup, and then we're gonna shake with a double strain into a chilled glass and garnish with sea salt foam. Now this is gonna be fun because we're gonna do this together. Might have to stop in the middle because it took me a minute. I practiced with the sea salt foam. Haven't tried the margarita yet, waiting on you to do that. But this should be interesting. So let's see how this goes. I've had something like this before with sea salt foam, or at least foam on top, and I liked it. So let's see how this goes. All right, so let me get my new shaker. Here it is. Use this one. And we'll start with the 1.5 ounces. I'm gonna use the Lalo again. Really like this, no additives. Let's see if I can get, it's fighting back. But I thought I'd use this one because we're at the end of the bottle. It's a good reason to buy another one. Okay, here we go. Let me do this. 1.5 ounces of that Lalo. Oh, we're just right there, aren't we? Oh, could have put a little bit more in, but we're close to the bottom on this one. And then 3/4, is that 3/4? Yes, 3/4 ounces of the Cointreau. I'm trying to read this recipe in front of me because with all these numbers going on, sometimes I can't see it. So 3/4, that's compared to the 1.5, that's plenty. Okay, 3/4 of the Cointreau, our orange liqueur going in, and then 3/4 ounce fresh lime juice. So equal amounts there. 3/4 ounce, oops, I thought I was gonna squeeze them again. Fresh squeezed, 3/4 ounce. Yes. There we go. And 1/4 ounce of agave syrup. Now this one is just my regular light agave syrup. And I'm going to put in, whoops, little, there, didn't fill that up. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that whole thing. And now we're gonna shake and double strain into our glass. And I have my chilled glass ready. No salt, remember, on this one. Because we're gonna make the sea salt foam, which, you know what? I probably should have made the sea salt foam first now that I'm thinking about this. You know what? We're gonna do that. I'm gonna put this back and we're gonna work on that sea salt foam, and we'll shake this up in a minute. Because if I do that now, what's going to happen is that foam is going to start to go away, and I need that to put on the top of my glass. So let me just put this to the side. Y'all remember I did that. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we're going to do the sea salt foam first so that it doesn't have a chance to flatten out. So here we go. I'm going to use 2 ounces of water, and I'm putting it in here so you can just see me adding things, but I may actually move it to a taller container to use this immersion, or this thing. What do you call this? You know, like you do for foam for a cappuccino or something. Okay, so here we go. I need 2 ounces of water, 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. Again, fresh squeezed. Oops, 1 ounce of fresh lime juice, and we're going to use 3/4 teaspoons of sea salt, of course, has to be sea salt. So 3/4 of a teaspoon. Oh, wrong side. I thought it was kind of funny that we were using sea salt, but of course it makes sense. I'm going to hold it over here just in case I mess this up a little bit. And I'm shaking salt over my thing. Okay, sea salt, you know, it clumps up a little bit. Okay, there we go. 3/4 teaspoon of the sea salt, and we're going to use 3/4 teaspoons of the superfine sugar, which I've told you before. One of the ways to do this is just to take your regular granulated sugar and blend it up in a food processor, and then you get your superfine sugar, or you can buy it that way. Sometimes it's called castor sugar. And then superfine sugar, sea salt. Now I'm supposed to blend it. So here's what happened to me before. This is just a real simple, inexpensive one. I have another one downstairs too that we can use, but here, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, but it's gonna start going all over everything. And on mine, you mix it, you press the button twice to make it go at a higher speed. And there are some other recipes for this that require a special kind of sucrose, and I found it, but I wasn't sure I wanted to consume it. So I went for just adding sugar instead of some kind of additive to help thicken it up more. This is just to have the foam on top. It makes it a little fun for the margarita anyway, doesn't it? And just like sea foam, right? At the beach. If there's a place where you like to get margaritas, especially at the beach somewhere, please comment below and let us know where that would be. And I am going to show you what I've got here so far. So it is foaming up. Sure enough is. I probably would work at this a little bit more. So this is a good place for us to stop and let me keep blending so you don't have to listen to the whole. Just like this. Okay, so I'm still going. And I've tried several different things here. Like I've been inside the big plastic cup trying it this way, and now I'm doing it this way, and it's like splattering everywhere. So I really should have used some kind of tall cylinder, but then I didn't know how I would be able to layer it on top of the drink. Then I realized, you know, when you're at the beach, and this is all about Shark Week, isn't it? I get splattered with salt water. It doesn't bother me, so I'm okay with this today. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to go with this. There's definitely foam on top of here, and let's see if I'm able to shake this all up in time for you to see it be there. So let me get my glass out, my chilled glass, and that I had ready. And now, remember, I already had my tequila and my fresh lime juice and everything in my shaker. And so now I'm just going to, here's the top. And remember, I'm supposed to double strain this too, so I'm going to show you that here in a second. So we're going to shake this up. Okay, that should be good. Here we go. So the first strainer is inside here, inside my shaker, and then I'm using just my household one to be my double strain into my glass. Now I might also use a old champagne coupe, might be nice. Now I know there's not a lot in here. I would have needed to double this recipe to try to fill up, or halfway fill up this glass, but I went ahead and did this because I wanted to see how the foam was going to work. Like to me, like that's already going down a little bit. Let me set this down. I wonder if I can foam this up just a little more before I put it in there. I'm much more handy with my KitchenAid mixer than I am with this, but let's see if we get a little bit of foam here on top. So I'm going to skim it off here and put it in here. Oh, well, I see it. It's holding. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it, but it is holding on top. And the drink I've had before, I really should have used a champagne coupe on this so you could have seen it better. But the idea is this is going to stay, the foam would stay on top instead of sinking into the margarita. And that's part of the idea here. But my glass choice wasn't the best. And I'm learning a little bit about this whole foam thing. I just didn't want to put those additives. Here I spent all this time getting this tequila that has no additives and then go get some. But I do have foam on top, and it does look a little bit like sea foam, and I know it's going to have that lime, little sweetness, and the salt in it. So I'm going to look forward to doing this, tasting it. All this precious sea foam here. Okay, you ready? Let's see. So we've already tried our Shark Week margarita, which we already know I like. Now here's my fancy one, which I could have done a little better on my presentation, but let's go for this and see what we've got. No sharks in this one, just sea foam. Let's see, this is a Lalo. Let's see. That's a very nice margarita. This is a very adult drink. This is a fun drink, and this is a very adult drink. So I wouldn't be doing this one at the beach or at the pool. I would be doing this in a very nice environment with some cool, chill music going, sipping on, because this is, you can taste it. It's blended nicely. That Lalo is nice. But it's definitely an adult blend on this one. And that sea salt foam, I like it. I'm tasting it a little bit, but I'd like a little more of it in there. I like it. It's good. Like, again, it's very different, very distinct from this sweet, fun drink with the gummies floating in it. This is a different one. But it's a good one. It's a good one. I would say if I was going to rate these, remember we use a scale of 5 margarita glasses, 5 being the very best margarita I've ever had, or one of the very best, 4 being a really good margarita, I would go back for it. 3 being, it's a good margarita, I would have it if I was going to be going to have Mexican food somewhere just to enjoy with some other kind of food and friends. And then 2 margarita glasses means I wouldn't go back for it, and 1 means we're not even going to talk about it. So I would rate, on that scale, I would give this a 4. And I'd give that one a 4, actually. Just very different types of margaritas. And so I think, like I said, this would be fun in the sun and all that, having fun. And this would be having adult conversation. So we're going to continue this hunt. I hope you will join us. And I hope you will tell us below if there's any place where you know that we can find a really great margarita. Please like and subscribe. Ring the bell so you know when we put a new video out. We really are looking for your feedback. Stay away from the sharks. Watch them on the Discovery Channel on Nat Geo. And until next time, the hunt continues.